Okay, here's the Phoenix Bipod with our lowering kit installed. We're going to put it on the rifle with the Picatinny rail section that they provide, with the T-wrench that we provide. All you have to do is snug up these two hex screws right here. Okay, so that is mounted. Okay, with this lowering kit for the bipod, we've taken out the feature that allows you to be able to cant your rifle. That's really not an issue, because when you're setting up for F-class, there's two things. You want to be level and you want to be stable. You want to be stable enough to last through your 20-shot string with your sighters and everything else. So what we've done is, I start off with a piece of rubber mat like a doormat, and as the rules state, you can use any series of pads or plates so long as they're flat and don't have a tracking surface for the rifle. So this is a base, this rubber mat. The next we have a steel plate, which I've glued some neoprene rubber on both sides. And the plate, according to the rules, can be 12 inches fore and aft, and can be 2 inches on each side of the widest extent of the bipod. So that plate there is about 24 by 12. All depends on your bipod and how low you're going to set it as to how wide you want your plate. This is a cheap doormat type of thing with neoprene rubber on the back and almost like a mouse pad surface on the front. So that's pretty slippery and provides a good surface for your bipod to slide back and forth on. So next thing we have to do is ensure that it's level. So in looking at my level, I see I'm high on this side. I've got to come up on this side, and then as far as fore and aft, I got to come up in the front. So right now I'm looking at, I got to come up here and there. So I'm going to take a shim, and these are cedar shims like you would get at a hardware store. Relatively inexpensive, and these are going to be throwaway or usable items, because every time you go to a range you're going to need different shims depending on the range. So we always carry a few with us. So I'm going to start by shimming this up in here. And so that's going to give us our fore and aft right there for starters. And now I'm looking at this, and I should come up a little bit on this side. And that's stable. That's going to last through our shot string. Now the rules with their 24 inches or with their 2 inches outside of the bipod and 12 inches, they tend to specify that your stacking items should not exceed beyond the width of the plate. I've never seen that rule challenged, but just in case, what we have here is a Japanese saw, and we can score that shim. And since it's the same thickness, I'll just turn it over at the scored point and break it off. Goes back in. Good. Okay, so now we've got our plate or pad series set up and level, and I need to emphasize here, we're level, we're stable, and we'll stay level and we'll stay stable throughout the shot string. The rifle was built level, the scope is mounted level, the action is bedded level. As long as that plate doesn't move throughout a 20-shot string or a 25-shot string with sighters and warm-up and all that, then we don't need a cant feature. The feature's not necessary. So as long as we do our diligence in setting up our plate and our pads square and true and level, we've eliminated the need for a cant feature. And if you look at this, you can see the possibilities of how low you can go with this lowering kit, with this rifle. And there's not a bipod on the market that's going to get you that low, and I've still got more room. So if I were to lay down with this rifle and simulate a firing, I can steer it as I need to, and it's going to ride nice and smooth, and it's going to track the same every shot, shot after shot. Thank you.